Hey there! I asked people on Instagram what they would like to see me do a video on, and a lot of things came up. I've published a lot of these at this point, but this one I thought was very interesting. Best Chinese pen ever made and why. You walk into a minefield here. People have strong opinions about Chinese pens. Some are blatant copies of other pens. Lamy Safari, blatantly copied. Montblanc 149, 146, they've been copied. I've seen some Pelican like pens come out. I've seen Leonardo copies come out. What I have picked is absolutely an inspired by pen, but it's not a one-to-one copy. So I've tried to circumvent that issue. Now, before I get there, and I'm not trying, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm sort of playing for time to not reveal it. It's this pen. It's a Junline 930, and it's a recent edition. I recently bought one. But before I get into the why, I just want to say, I feel that in a very short span of time, because I really got, I would say, seriously interested in fountain pens about 2010, end of 2010. The Chinese pens have gone through a tremendous revolution. The first Chinese pen I bought was a Jinhao. I don't remember the model. I'm pretty sure it was a Jinhao. It was blue, and it basically fell apart when I opened the box. Pieces physically fell off, broke off. They used to have, many of them had these sort of small number 5 nibs that were not super great. If you look at what they do now, they've moved away from standard cartridge converter to some vacuumatic pens. You see more and more piston fillers. You see larger nibs, more interesting nibs than just the medium. It used to be only finer medium. For a long time, that's really changed. And I think it's incredibly impressive. The materials they use, the way the nibs are made, the filling systems. It's really cool. Now, I'm not really going to get into the sort of copying pens that exist, because the copyright issues, that's always a complicated discussion. And people feel very strongly about that. That's not the point of this video. But I really think we should point out that evolution that those pens have had and how fast that has been. Right? You're talking about 14, 15 years, and you see this massive evolution. I think it's really impressive. Now, having said that, why do I like the Junline 930 so much? Why is this my pick? Well, there's a couple. That's the 930, and I think there's a 920 and a 910. The higher the number, the bigger they are. This is based on a Montblanc 149. There is no argument about it. It has the same shape. It has the same type of ink window, which is difficult to see right now because there's ink in the pen. But there is an ink window right there. If you've ever held a 149, you look at this, you say, yeah, that's absolutely 149 shape and size. But I think this pen ticks a number of boxes that are really quite special. Not unique, but quite special. I'll start with the nib. At the end of the day, that's what you buy the pen for. It has to write properly. This pen has a number 9 nib. That's the same nib size you find in a Montblanc 149. It's huge. It's a really, really big nib. I mean, look at my index finger. That's the top phalanx. It's smaller than this nib. Okay, so it's huge, tremendously huge. So there is that. It's also pretty. It's actually engraved, not laser engraved, but actually engraved. It looks nice. A little hard to show you here, but in my review, I have on my website, I have close-up pictures with a loop so you can see it. So there is that. It writes wonderfully. It's not scratchy. It does not hard start. It doesn't skip. Out of the box, I've done nothing. It writes fantastic. I didn't feel a need to make it wetter. It just out of the box was great. Now, that's my pen. It could be different on yours. I know that, but impressive. A nice feed. Keeps the big nib really well fed. This is a broad nib. There's a substantial chunk of tipping on there. Feed works very well. Second point, piston filler, not cartridge converter. Is there anything wrong with cartridge converters? Not at all. Easy to clean. I love it. But if you want a bigger ink capacity, this is it. It's close to 2 milliliters. Not quite 2 I got in, but about 1.7, 1.8. That's pretty good. Plus, piston fillers are fun. You have the whole filling system integrated into the pen barrel, so I really like that. Number 3, I like it. I like big pens, and I cannot lie. It's a huge pen, and when you post it, it's massive, and yet it's still comfortable. I don't find it too big. I don't find it unpleasantly large. It's certainly very girthy. It's certainly big, but I like it. And I kind of wish this is what a Montblanc 149 would be like, but a 149 is actually smaller than this. So that's the 920 or whatever. Like they have sort of a 149, they have a 146, and they have this monster, which would be, what, if it goes up in threes, it's what, like a 140, 152, I don't know, whatever. It's big, is what I'm saying. I like that it has, you can get them in different finishes. This is actually, I don't know how well you can see this, it's getting a little darker, but it's a burgundy, right? It's not a black pen, it's a burgundy with the silver color trim. Looks really nice. I find it comfortable, it fills well, and you can get them with a wrench, or you can buy a wrench separately, and then you can disassemble the whole thing. So user maintenance is not a problem. With a Montblanc, you cannot do that. You get a wrench, you open it up, warranty is void. With these pens, they encourage it. Here's a wrench, again, maybe a separate purchase, but still, you can get for $11, you can buy one of those things on AliExpress. You get it, you can take the whole thing apart, you can put silicone grease wherever you want to, and everything works smoothly. And all of this, I have to leave back a little bit because I recently reviewed this. All of this cost me 57 Canadian dollars, and that included shipping from China to Canada. When you look at the price of some other pens, right, that's really not that bad. So I think it is substantially impressive what Junlai has done here. And someone told me it's the same as Wing Sung or something. Maybe I got that wrong. A lot of these Chinese brands, they produce the same pen models under different brand names, which I find a little confusing. I'm certainly not an expert at that because I'm an expert at nothing. Except for stating the obvious. Anyway, it's beautiful. And it's properly made. Like everything is nicely rounded off. Everything fits together pretty well. For under 60 Canadian, I don't know what to say. It's a beautiful writer. Now, there are many other pens. Think of that ostentatious dragons playing with pearl pen that Jin Hao makes, which weighs 100 grams, which is ridiculously heavy, like ridiculously heavy for a pen. Really heavy is 50 grams, 100 grams is insane. Or think of that Cobra pen they make with the Cobra on it. There's so much great stuff. But if I had to pick one, if you were to tell me right now, you can only use one fountain pen for the rest of your life, and it has to be Chinese pen, I would pick this pen. I would be very happy. In all honesty, I could say that I would be very happy. So different people are going to have different opinions. That's the fun of all this, isn't it? But honestly, if you have a chance, check one out. If you like bigger pens, big nibs, great option. So there you go. Have fun. I hope this was useful. I hope it answered the question, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye.